So this video is inspired by my sweet friend Lee over at James and Lee D YouTube channel. She recently did a video about modest bathing suits, and I could not agree more with the things she said, that we're all on different journeys with modesty and striving to honor the Lord in what we wear, and our mentality and our heart behind all of that, because it's so easy to get really legalistic about it and have a checklist and say if someone is not, following that checklist perfectly, then they're not modest and they're sinning. But that is not entirely true. Yes, there are some obvious things that we should not wear, but there's a lot of things that are not as easily determined. It's not black and white, and it really, like most things in our faith, boils down to our heart. When we get dressed in the morning, are we wanting to look cute and sexy and attract attention and make people think, oh, she looks so good? Or are we wanting to honor the Lord with what we're wearing and not showing too much and not purposefully showing the things that we like about our bodies, seeking man's empty praise, and possibly causing others to stumble and to struggle with something that's already such a hard struggle, not just men, but women comparing themselves, So it's definitely something that we should continue to examine in our hearts and continue to fight against, because I think we have the natural tendency to want to beautify and look nice, and if we're working out and we see results, we want to show those off, and all of those things Satan will use to tempt us, and we can either fall into it and mess up bad, or we can fight against it and continue to try to honor and glorify the Lord with what we choose to wear. So I've been on a journey with bathing suits my entire life. Not my entire life, since I became a believer. I grew up in Miami, Florida, so yeah, bathing suits are like, what? You just wear this to the beach. It was completely not even something you considered or thought about or cared about, really. And I wasn't a believer on top of that. So bikinis, of course. Why would you mess up your tan line by wearing a whole bathing suit, right? So that was my mentality before being a believer, but I still was a little more timid than some of the other women and girls. I just didn't feel comfortable parading myself around, because my heart, even though my heart definitely was not modesty and wanting to glorify and honor God, but it was not seeking man's attention. It was more, this is what's in style and it looks cute, so I want to wear it. That was my naive mentality. Totally foolish and ignorant, but that's just how I thought. And I mean, I even made ridiculous rules for myself, like when you wear midriffs, you wear pants, and then if you wear a shirt that covers your stomach, then you can wear short shorts. You can't wear both, because that's just too much. Really hilarious. So things like that. But then I met the Lord, and he totally radically changed my life. But the modesty thing was a work in progress. It really wasn't called to my attention until at church it was brought up, and it was done in a very unloving, unkind way. I wished this day that they would have lovingly just approached me and said, hey, can we go shopping together and like help you find some things that will be beautiful and lovely, but also a little more modest and less revealing. And that was not what happened. It was more of a slanderous, bashing, humiliating, horrible experience a few times in a row. And I got the picture, thankfully, even though it was presented so ugly. I started to go shopping and started to change my wardrobe, and then it took moving away from Miami to see even more modesty here in Tennessee, and tone down my style significantly, because people don't dress this flashy here. It was kind of sad in the beginning, but now I'm fine with it. Being a mom, I get messy every day. I run and sweat with the kids outside, so it's okay now. But in the beginning, I used to be overdressed everywhere I went, being from Miami and moving to Tennessee. Not necessarily immodest, but just overdressed, like really dressy. I love dressing up, it's fun. But I've toned down my style quite a bit. And bathing suits really started to think about bathing suits more after marriage. I had a modest bathing suit on my honeymoon, but it was longer than a regular bikini top, but it still showed my stomach. And then the bottom was like a cute skirt, but still too short. So I was trying, but it was still really cute, And I realized, like, the longer I was married, that I felt super weird being so exposed. And this is really interesting, being in a place where there's seasons and covering up all winter to keep warm, then spring comes around, you wear shorts for the first time, just shorts, and you're like, my legs are out, I feel so exposed. It's really interesting. And you have to like make yourself wear shorts and feel comfortable again, showing that much leg. Well, there's something to say about that. Like, what is going on psychologically that makes us feel that way, right? You get desensitized. If you are always in shorts and tank tops and midriffs and bikinis, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you are exposed to a different way of thinking, sometimes you realize, hey, that old way of thinking was just a little too much, you know? So living here, being around believing friends, watching the way that other women dress, being married, realizing I want to cover up, I don't need everybody to see this, started really getting my wheels turning. And so bathing suits, I don't remember when, but it was shortly after marriage, my first modest bathing suit, and Lee talked about this in her video, which I thought was really cool. We're all on different journeys, so what I consider modest, you may not. You may want something even more covered up. And you may look at mine and be like, I don't really agree. I think a normal bathing suit bottom is totally fine. I feel fine with that. Well, then that's, your journey. We're all on different journeys. I'm not here to say this is the kind of bathing suit you should wear, and if you don't, you're sinning, because that would be adding to the scriptures. But this is where I'm at in my journey, and I feel comfortable in what I've chosen, comfortable in my own skin, comfortable in the amount of skin, and, just trying to honor my husband and the Lord in what I wear. So this was my first ever modest bathing suit, and I actually really like it. It's about 6 years old. So let's see. It's like a dress. And I do think now that this is a little low. So I don't wear it as often. This is the best when we go boogie boarding, because it's like all connected and the top doesn't fly up when I'm in the waves with the kids. The length is awesome. It's long. It's really like a dress, and I love it. It's really cute and not too short. And I think, this is where women, or maybe me, maybe this is just something I think about. If I was a bigger up here, then maybe this would be more of a concern to me. But since I'm not, it's not something that I am like, oh my goodness, I need a really high cut bathing suit. I focus more on down here. Make sure this is long, because we all got different stuff, right? So I don't know. Some people might feel really uncomfortable with the halter, all this back showing. I put this on a few weeks ago, and my boys were like, your whole back is out. I was like, well, that's a bathing suit, and I feel okay with my back out for a bathing suit. But if I were to go anywhere, I would put a shirt on, or a dress or shorts and a shirt or something to cover up. Then the next modest bathing suit I got is a tankini kind of. This does come with a strap, but to get sun, I use it without the strap. So it's just a cute striped top. It's really long and it's kind of loose fitting, so it's really cute. This one I don't like to wear out because it is short. I think it's too short. So it's a cute little skirt, but as you can see, you can already see the bottom piece. So it's too short, but it was my attempt at a skirt bottom, and it was a fail. So I wear this one only like to get sun in the privacy of my own home. This is this year's bathing suit, and I love it. It is so adorable. It's high cut. It also comes with a strap, which it's off right now, and it has this cute little baby doll cut ruffly bottom. It's just flowy and pretty. It's so cute. And I got these shorts, which I love, 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 love. Great coverage, nice length, comfortable, and just like probably my favorite out of all the ones I have. Also because it's new, so that makes it exciting. The pink one's really good, but I like this one because it covers top, back, bottom, and it's super cute. So that's where I'm at in my journey and my bathing suit modesty. But I know we're all in different seasons. Some of us may be wearing something that covers even more, and some of us may be wearing things that cover less. I'd love to hear your philosophy on bathing suit modesty. I think this was my biggest, and this is a little bold, but I'm just gonna say it. This was kind of like the wake-up call for me with why it's not okay to be wearing like regular bathing suit bottoms, because it's centimeters away from everything. It's like you're just out there walking around 1 centimeter more and you're like, what, you know? So that was really just like the bold wake-up call for me. So I would love to hear about your journey and where you're at with bathing suit modesty, what you thought of these, if they would be too covered up for you or not covered up enough for you, and just share your thoughts. Thanks.